What's your sort of secret to that? Is it the understanding of the player, or how do you sort of perceive it?
Yeah, I think, certainly understanding your players and knowing what sort of players you've got. Some blokes really love being put on show. Some blokes are absolutely horrified at being seen in front of the public. But I really think if you keep talking to your players every day a player turns up, you greet them and say hello. There's some days I've seen players even in other places, some days everyone's happy to say hello, other days other people will walk by someone. I think it's really important every day you see someone that turns up to training, and I'm sure everyone does, you greet them, you give them a handshake, you make them feel, special and happy that they're there. I think that's a really important thing. And sometimes when the way they say something back to you, whether they say hi in a really exuberant way or a really unexuberant way, you can tell straight away if they've had a great day, not a great day, and then sometimes you can work off the back of that straight away. So if you're coaching at a club where you've got quite a few teams in your group, having all the teams know each other I think is really important. Likewise, if you've got one team and you're coaching under 13s, well, all the kids knowing everyone and everyone getting on with each other is really important. So that connection is really...
Yeah, it really brings the club together, doesn't it? You get that sort of buy-in from everyone else. Yeah. So what we might do, we'll open up the floor again to our coaches here.
I don't know if you've dealt with it, but I've dealt with bullying within the team. Well, how would you go about trying to bring it out on the table and trying to get everyone involved, parents and all? Because some parents can be just as bad, if not worse, than the players.
Yeah, it's tough. Thank God I don't deal with parents. I don't have to deal with that, and I appreciate that everyone here is probably dealing with 1,000 different parents that have got 1,000 different ideas on how you can be a better coach, and then how that 6 could be as better as 9, and that 9 could be a better 7 or something like that. So I think for players to feel good about themselves, they have to be in a very safe environment. So if I'm assuming you're talking about players bullying other players, or you're talking about parents bullying other players, or yeah, it's tough. If it was me and I was looking at it, I would just go up to the parents and this is where I'm probably a little bit old-fashioned, but I'd be starting to say to people like that, there's no place for you here. So if you're going to have a position where it's not about the kids and you don't want to be here because your kid's here to play football, well then I don't know if we can cater for you and your child to be here in a situation, because we want to create a safe environment for everyone. So the more you sometimes tolerate a situation, you're just buying yourself a big shit sandwich to chew down and eat later. So I think you go to your board, your club committee, your president or whoever runs your club, tell them about their situation and just say, we don't want to tolerate this. So I'd have them moved on as quickly as possible. I'd give them a chance to not do it, but if it continues, I don't see how people just bullying all the time fixes a situation. I think you're better off just not having them there at all.
I've got 2 questions. What advice would you give me as a first-time coach to sort of ease that learning curve? Never had any ambitions to become a coach, but just through my son, fell into that coaching role. What's
Yeah, just give yourself a break. Like, don't put yourself under any sort of pressure. At what grade are your kids that you're coaching?
13 to 2.
Yeah. Catch and pass, tackle. If they can do that really well, like Mr. Scandala said before, they don't need 1,000 bits of structure. You don't have to prove to them that you're the smartest bloke in the world and all that sort of stuff. If you have their respect and they have your respect and you work hard at gaining their respect, respect doesn't mean you're the smartest football coach in the world. Respect is you greet them every day, you talk to them politely, they talk to you politely, and then we go out to play a game of rugby league and you're teaching them how to catch, pass and tackle. I think that's as hard as you need to do it, because the biggest mistake I made when I was young trying to take over coaching was to try and show everyone how much I knew, and all I showed them was that I'm a dickhead, really. Like, I'm trying to show them, because it's probably more a reflection of me, because I'm not confident in myself. So then I'm going, well, I can show you that I know everything about this, and I know everything about this, and I know everything about this, and I can show you this, and I can show you that. But then they go out and they can't put 3 things together, So at the end of the day, you've only got to try and get them to know things that they need to use in a football game, and then encourage them with what they're doing there. So take it easy on yourself. You're doing a great job, And I think that's the other thing. Keep giving them the confidence to keep getting better. You don't have to keep putting a fence around people and saying what you can't do. Open up the paddock and say what you can do. Go play footy, mate. Good on you. You are great. Yeah.
The second question that you made, fitness fun. If there was one drill that you could share with me to make fitness fun, I came through old school as well, so like hill run sprints and Broncos and Melbourne.
Everyone's favourite.
Then I like that. How do you make fitness fun?
Yeah, I think you just make it like fitness games. So you just, and I know it's hard because 9 times out of 10 you're sharing a field with 7 other teams on the one football field and you've got a 13 by 13 box and everyone's trying to do their own little bit of thing and it's tough, like it's hard. So it's not easy. If you can find space, the more space you've got, the more you just make them run playing games where they're, we made up a game called Kachonda Ball, which was pretty much just kicking the ball back and forward until someone knocks it on and then you're playing football and everyone ultimately is just running the full length of the field up and back and no one really knows why they're doing it. They're just chasing and playing the game that they are told the rules in. But even if you have a 10 by 10 grid, the more you're making them run and pass and chase each other in a little game of touch or whatever, small-sided games is even better if you've only got small kids because everyone's having to run all the time. The more you are having a ball in a fitness sort of game where you are just running for 10, 15 minutes at a time, giving 2 minutes off, 10 minutes at a time. That could be training for the night you're done. You do everything, you know. So 1, it's fun. 2, you're making them run. 3, they go home. Beautiful.